So we are here in Coconut Grove in another sunshine day here in South Florida. Am I the only one who's drinking hot coffee when it's 85 degrees?
Yes.
It's April, it's getting hot in Miami. I'm here with Emilia, we work together, and we are here to answer questions because we get questions about real estate all the time. I feel like stuff that we know and it's like obvious to us might not obvious to a buyer or a seller. So today we're just providing some good insight. Ask me anything.
Yeah, we'll do a little Q&A real estate edition of questions that our clients and friends often ask us.
So I'm going to start with you, Emilia. I'm going to ask the question. Where do you get your nails done? I'm kidding. That's nothing to do with real estate. Okay, we get this question all the time. How is the market?
I would say that is probably question number one when people check in, ask about our work and our job, how's the market. Obviously, we can speak the best on Miami. If they really do want to know how's the market, you have to get super granular. It's about the neighborhood, and sometimes it's not just about the neighborhood, it comes down to a street or a building, and then we can speak more on how the market is and what the comps are, what the price per square foot is. You just have to get really specific when you are wanting to know the answer to that question.
So I give you an example. Like we have something at Compass that's called the collection, right? We basically create a search for our client based on their criteria, location, price point, and so on. When I have the collection, I see the notification, and also my clients, our clients see the notification. So I can see that, yes, some properties do get the price reduction, some properties expired or canceled, but some actually going under contract, pending and closing. So I think to your point, it depends. What is the property? Did you price it aggressively to sell? Is it in perfection? So it's like a lot of things that can, factor based on the market. I do want to add, because you mentioned it last week and, it's so true. We see all this price reduction and all that, but they priced high to begin with,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, I think, another question we get a lot is the market crashing? When is it crashing? What's going on?
I don't know, let's call Donald Trump and ask him what's his next 90 days tariff
I know,
situation.
I feel like we get that question.
Hold it for 90 days. 90 days, 138. I'm kidding. I don't want to get into politics and tariff because honestly, I don't understand much about it. We're here to talk real estate, so go ahead.
Right. That's another part of it is people see the news and social media. And so they ask us these questions of, is it crashing? What's going on? And I think there's a lot of noise out there, but again,
don't listen to the noise.
We can only speak on Miami and how things are looking here. And because since COVID, the price had been going up for many years, big chunks, by 20%, by 30% in some neighborhoods.
Right.
The price per square foot was going up that much year over year. Say someone who bought in 2020 wants to list today, they're like, that means my house is worth this much because the market's been going up every year since COVID.
And it depends.
But it's not the case. I don't think the prices are dropping. I think that it's just not escalating as
crazy.
Much as it had been when we saw those crazy
stabilizing.
Demands.
It's stabilizing.
It's stabilizing. So that's why you'll see something close between 5 and 20% under ask, because the ask price was not accurate to begin with. It wasn't based off any comps. It was based off
and the seller vision. I mean, that's a very good answer. That's a very long, informative answer. So yes.
Yeah. And so another question we get a lot is, when is the best season? When is the best time of year to buy in Miami?
I will say, don't look and focus on the season. Yeah, we can say holiday season, people are traveling and busy to do something. Summer season, people are going from Miami. But at the end of the day, if you like something, just buy. It doesn't matter if it's July or December. It's very hard to time the market and predict the market and decide on the perfect timing. If someone can do that, that's amazing. Then you should go send a lottery ticket. I think if you like something, just buy it. Doesn't matter what month it is. Because things can change, you saw with announcement of something from the government, all of a sudden it's like a slowdown. When you see something and your financial are in place and you're comfortable, just pull the trigger. I always tell people, think about Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
I like to focus my energy there.
Yeah.
Just do it, doesn't matter when, December, November, August, who cares?
And everyone's story is different. There's a lot of factors that come in to buying a house, so you can't time it by the season. It's is this a good time for work, or you have kids? Is this a good time to make your kids have a big move, that's a big adjustment, or is someone getting married? You have to choose the correct time for you. And also, if you are super granular and specific about the kind of house you want and the location you want and your budget, and it becomes available, don't wait because you read something online or you heard something from a friend that now is not the right time to buy.
Exactly.
Because that's when we have clients calling us a year later saying, why didn't you tell me to buy it last year? And
no, yeah, what happened to all these? What happened to all the COVID buyers, right? That they didn't buy because they thought everything is crashing, and they're still now paying crazy rents, and the rates literally double since that time. So they kind of like, in a way, I don't want to say miss the train, but now you have to pay a lot more. So don't look at the noise. Just exactly when you see something, just go for it. So I'm a buyer. I'm new to the market. I'm looking for a real estate agent. What do you think is the things I need to look for?
Yeah, so this is a really good question. And I feel like my answer has changed since I've been almost doing real estate for 5 years now, which in comparison to other people at our office,
you survive. People usually quit after 1 year.
It may not be that, long of a time period, but I feel like every day we learn something new. Every deal we learn something new.
100%.
And I think that people may believe that I need to call the #1 agent at this office, or I need to call, whoever sold the most this month, But to me, I think it comes down to, trust and relationships. I think it's really important that you find someone who is going to give their full attention and time and energy to you as a buyer or a seller or a renter, whoever the client may be. You want an agent who has your best interest at heart.
100%.
I think what I've realized for me and for our team, like none of us do it because of the dollar signs. I think we all do it because we love and care for our clients. And whenever I'm giving advice or going through a deal and something comes up where my advice is needed, I always think of, what would I tell myself to do? I'm not trying to just get the deal done. If something happens and I think that it's not a smart decision for my client, if their best interest will not be protected, that comes first and foremost. I think that it's all about trust and loyalty and making sure that everyone is happy. It's such a huge thing that our clients trust us with. Where you live is so important.
It's a big decision. It's the most financial decision that you ever make. And 100%. I want to touch point on what you mentioned, like the trust. You want to work with someone that, have your best interest and honest with you. Like, we're very honest with our clients. We're not here for the just transaction. We're here for the long term, build relationship, get the referrals, and make our client happy at the end of the day. So definitely look for an agent that have your best interest and not here for the dollar sign. I mean, the transaction. Yeah, that's very important.
So we just spoke a lot about what it's like to work with a buyer and what you should expect out of, your realtor and what you should look for. So I want to ask Maya, what should a seller be looking for in their realtor?
So I think, every seller should obviously look for the agent who will be, again, honest in terms of price evaluation. Because a lot of the agents out there will take a listing no matter what the price is or the price that the seller wants to hear. But I think the listing agent should set up expectation based on the comps and give the seller the option to, okay, we can price it like at your number, quote unquote, but if I don't see an activity, let's reduce it after a certain amount of weeks, maybe percentage. Just kind of like be honest with your client about price strategy, because it's very, very important. Because the crucial time of a listing being listed to get the most attraction is usually the first 3 to 4 weeks. Obviously, days on the markets are now slower in general. So you just want to set up expectation with your client and be honest. Yeah, sure, we can list it for 3 million, but if it's worth 2.7 and that's the offer I'm getting, don't shoot the messenger. So be honest with your clients about pricing and give them option to how to strategically list. Obviously, provide amazing presentation, show that you want to work for your client, show your marketing. You want to have a great marketing for your listing, great photos, great videos, great online presence, because people look online these days, no more newspapers. And make sure your agent is showing your property, show up to present your place. If you take too much of a busy agent, in my opinion, it could be a disadvantage to you because your agent is not going to be maybe fully paying attention. That's my advice to a seller.
Yeah, I agree. I think that setting expectations is probably #1. And sometimes you have to test the market. There's situations where we get a listing and there haven't been comps in maybe over a year. So that's when you list it for a price you agree on with the seller. And then you get feedback. You get feedback from the agents that come to show it and from their clients.
By the way, I want to touch base to all the sellers out there in Miami. Here with Compass, we actually have the option to pre-market your property without going on the market officially. We call it Compass Exclusive. So it's a test for the price. It's a test to gauge an activity. Unless you're in a rush and you want to list it tomorrow widely, but you have the option to do it quietly, a quieter sell. So I think it's an amazing option. You could break record selling with pricing. Depends how much time you have on your hand. If you're not in a rush to sell, you can start a little bit high, but I will say be careful to not lose momentum, because then people start to think what's wrong with the place.
Right.
Why is it not selling? Why is it not moving?
Right.
So just be mindful of that.
Just to wrap our answer to the sell side, would be making sure that everyone's on the same page with the market strategy and the game plan. Keep in communication, give updates after showings, give updates after open houses, and that's the best way to make sure that property is listed accurately and that it gets sold in appropriate time.
Yes, I completely agree. I think as long as you have good communication with your client, because again, a lot of agents take listings, but then they disappeared on their sellers, and the seller have no clue what's going on in the market. Like, what are the feedback? Try to provide an update at least every 2 weeks, ideally every 10 days, just so your seller will, know what's going on.
Yeah.
And, let him decide how they want to proceed. If they get an offer, amazing, and you sell, amazing. But if it's, slower market and it takes time, try to, explain to your client what's the reason.
Right.
Because there is data to support, right? There are comps, there are numbers. In most cases.
Thanks for watching our Q&A today, and we'd love to do it again soon. So if there's more questions that you have, whether it's about real estate or Miami or anything in between, leave it in the comments, and hopefully we'll do another one again.
Remind me to not get a hot coffee next time because I'm melting over here.
If we do it in the summer, we'll need some ice drinks.
But thank you for joining us. Yeah, send us the comments, any questions. We're happy to help buyers, sellers. If you're anywhere in the US, frankly, we can refer you agents. We have a very extensive network. So happy to do that as well. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.